So I'm rereading Lolita, and obviously it's really good. I have a really fucked up family dynamic. Both of my parents essentially practice eugenics. Neither of them believe that I need to have parents, and try to eradicate the idea that it's normal for children to have parents. I just published a video on this channel called My Feelings, I Don't Like Ugly People, and something that I was working out with that idea was the people who judge me matter. Um, I only want to be judged by people who have their morals built on aesthetic taste. It can't be any other way. The reality of my life is that everything about me is a postmodern condition. The the parenting style, the national identity question, the language skills, the irony, the demands, the emotional, physical needs are all postmodern byproducts of the original postmodern question, um, which is how do you obtain power? Reading Lolita is therapeutic. I literally just cracked it open. Like, I must not be even on chapter 7. I'm not finished the chapter where Valerie is speaking to Humbert about getting a divorce, and then Taxovich is looking through the apartment. So they're still in Paris. And I'm experiencing this sense of like deep childhood pitifulness about the circumstances that I had to experience in my childhood when I needed the most help. Like, essentially, like, for some fucked up reason, and I don't know, actually I know where it comes from. When I was 17, I had this really bad breakdown, and just for whatever reason, it like changed the direction of my life, but it actually made me better. I literally just, and I still hold on to those feelings today. I hold on to that experience in the awkward manner that Monique um, had held something awkwardly in her hand. Or no, that wasn't Monique. That was the young girl. Oh, Annabelle. There was a comment about Annabelle clenching something in her wrist awkwardly, and it's like I'm doing that too for this experience, and like my parents are just trying to like dump as like as productively as possible, really. Multi-generational trauma, they don't have the ability, like my father has 5 kids to 4 wives. This guy's as close to Humbert as you can get without like actually um, being committed to this like nymphetic fantasy. None of his kids talk to him. My mom has one child, me. I hate her and she hates me. I don't even hate her actually. It's just like I'm so well off mentally that you literally can't engage with, like it's engaging with cancer. And my mom is like in a system of like other women, and so it's this like female psychology and this female hysteria feeding into like the reality that like my mom has a strong son who never collapsed. My mom was sexually abused as a kid. Both of her parents, both of her siblings knew about it and told her not to talk. And so when I'm telling her like, listen, you have to talk about it, she shuns me out. And it's like, not that I've become more committed to my cause, but I do have a very good psychologist who like essentially, like enlightenment is not an aspirational end goal for anyone's intellectual journey. Whatever my psychologist has been able to therapize onto me has successfully done what like mentally ill people wish enlightenment would do for them, which is a cure. Like I have been cured of mental illness because of my psychologist, um, because he correctly practiced psychotherapy. Like there is no cure. It's like a talking cure, or is that psychiatry where there's no cure? Like he legitimately, he made me feel seen. And it's that like maybe him and I have never talked about our aesthetic taste in art and literature, but I don't want to be judged by people less than him, as like a really straightforward example. And like essentially, if you like studying philosophy gives you the means to ask really good questions. Yeah, but then you have to like entertain institutionalized um, judgment. Like how do you like, okay, so you have these really good questions to like, you have these good questions, you have this good research, but how do you deal with the politics of the world? And literature gives you that answer, which is strictly based on aesthetic taste. I want to be judged by people that can understand my work as a elaborate moral statement. And so like if you have a difficult time reading Lolita, like that's really just on you. It's written really well. A Little Life is tough, dude. It's written very well. Not as well as Lolita, not even close. Um, and the thing is, it's like people who read books recreationally, like read fiction, you go to the bookstore, they're fucking weird. Like you get vagrants, you get um, urinals. Some some word within Lolita. But and so that's the thing is like how do you engage in how do you how do you read and like professionally critique literature without coming to terms with being around lesser people that just socially also enjoy reading literature, like the nerds? How do you push the nerds away? You would have to say like, listen, I don't like ugly people, like straight up. Like reading is not an alternative to any other career path. I actually have to do this because of like I was born to do this. Really, um, the my Polish identity, this post-Soviet trauma that my parents have, um, the Iron Curtain, um, communism being a reactionary political ideology to capitalism, capitalism being one-to-one with the Jewish identity, Judaism and anti-Semitism, that of the Holocaust, um, the most elaborate killing machine, which is like the um, the concentration camp, um, labor law, my interest in labor law, it's all very straightforward, and it requires an audience. The like if you're suffering from being alone, literally read good fiction that like is socially taboo, because and then also be a postmodern anarchist, please, or at least just be a postmodernist, um, and then like state the fucking truth. You don't like ugly people, and if you do that, you have all of the tools to build a free state, um, that you can fulfill using your own meta narratives, as Lloyd Tarr would speak to. Um, the postmodern condition is super fucked up, but it's also very straightforward if you can spend your time existing safely. Like you're actually just gonna like literally you're just gonna have to like I cannot believe for how long I have lived without a television set. And you know what? Okay, there's this girl that I like, honest to God, still to this day I want to marry. Um I'm 29 and a half. I don't know how old she is. She literally, as publishing this, might be 19. I never, her and I never got to a place where I had learned her age. And I'm thinking about it, like everything she's talked about, she might actually be 22. I don't know. Um, like, you can, oh my God, it's been like 14 and a half minutes. Okay, am I doing a part two? Bro, this woman is, God, her and I talked about like our relationship, and like she was just so not interested in me. And